Hey everybody, before we get into this week's video, I just wanted to take a moment and let you know last week I received the best comment that I have ever received, and I think it's probably the best comment that anyone could ever receive. And I just wanted to say thank you, and I wanted to share it with you now. I hope this doesn't embarrass the person that sent it, but I'm just going to read it verbatim so I don't mess it up. For 12 minutes, I forgot about COVID and politics. Your beautiful work always gives me a chance to get away, at least for a while. I appreciate your ability to capture the scene, make it work. Pure art. Cameron M. So I think anybody that puts videos up on YouTube that's not making a nickel from it gets their return on the investment from all the work put into those videos by the feedback that you receive, the comments. Thumbs up are great, subscriptions are great, but making that connection with people and bringing a little bit of joy to someone you don't know, have never met, maybe never will meet ever in your life, is that's the return on the investment of all the work. At least for me it is. So Cameron, thank you so much. I'll never forget those words. It means a lot to me, and just wanted to say thank you.
You don't have to be smart. No need to dress up for me to see that you're a good man. You're a good man, a real good man. When the wind blows and the windows are closing, you let the world know what has been has been. And there's no use.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is a blustery Sunday afternoon. I should be at home watching playoff football, but I am out here in the cold and the wind and the below freezing temperatures, trying to get a minimalistic image that I saw when I was close by this spot a couple days ago when we took the dogs out for a walk. So right down the street, I'm gonna let this car go. So right down the road from where I am right now, there's a park called J Woods. It's a beautiful park, and we like to take the dogs there to walk. We can usually let them off the leash, let them run. They love running through the brush and the grass and the stuff. It's like a mile loop, so you go out there, walk it a couple of times, and get your steps in. So we were out here the other day, a couple days ago, and I saw this clump of trees that I'll show you in a second, and was just thinking, make for a beautiful, just minimalistic image. And it's the thing about it, what drew this to my eye as we drove by it was, it's just like a little grouping of trees, and it's kind of set up a little bit on a slope. So if I'm looking at it, it's going to be up. Just the slope of the land is going to take the viewer's eye right up to the trees, and then into the blank, empty sky. hence the minimalism of the image. Again, it's probably going to be a black and white, maybe a square crop, not exactly sure just yet. Haven't even set up my Manfrotto tripod yet, haven't gotten the D850 out of the bag yet, just got out here, flew my drone a little bit, and that thing is acting really weird, but that's a story for another day. So yeah, it looks like the light's pretty good. There it is. There's those trees. So yeah, I'm sitting here yapping while the light's really good behind me. So I better get my you-know-what together and get some shots of this. I'm going to start off, I know I'm going to start off around F11, F13. I'm going to crank the ISO down, so I might just back into an image based off of those two settings. You know it's cold out if I have gloves on. So there you go. It's cold. Alright, hey, I'm going to get going. I got to get started.
Don't want to sleep tonight at all. Just want to watch them stars fall.
Well, so I've shot that a couple of different ways, as you saw in that little time lapse I just put up. It's kind of like the anatomy of a shot. This is what this video is really going to be about, apparently. I started up with my tripod high, about chest high-ish, and kind of ended up angling the camera down. The first thing I wanted to do was get my camera level. I did that. I was shooting, I didn't see this image as a landscape orientation at all, so that didn't even enter my mind. I was just shooting it portrait orientation. So I was set up portrait orientated, and I gradually shifted it down, leaned it, top of the camera towards the trees, angling down, getting more of the snow in the foreground. And there's some of the grass sticking up through the snow. So I shot that a couple of times, 2 or 3 different times. And a really good tip for when you're out in the field and you're shooting, refocus every single time. I know that sounds crazy, but refocus and check your exposure between every image. And you'll be happy that you do so, because you never know when something gets bumped, nudged, the wind's blowing, whatever. You're doing a lot of different things at once, especially if you're out, vlogging. So always refocus, always check your exposure to make sure you're still good, make sure you didn't bump anything. Yeah, and I was on a 2-second timer. And I did bracket. You probably saw that in the some of the imagery that I've put up so far. Just a 1 stop apart, 3 exposure bracket. So that was at this level. And then I was thinking, all right, I want to get down closer to the ground, because I do like that foreground, that snow in the foreground, and the grass is popping up through the snow. So then I brought in a couple of the legs of my tripod, got the camera down lower to the ground, and shot it from there. Kind of did the same thing. Started, obviously I'm shooting a portrait, but I started level and then gradually leaned it forwards, just taking in a little bit more of the foreground in the grass and all that. Then I went from doing that to, okay, I want to move slightly to the right. I think the composition slightly to the right of where I originally set up was going to be better, because there's more of that grass in the foreground. It's pure, it's clean, it's fresh, it's untouched, and it's just going to make for a beautiful foreground to lead you in. And then you got the lines, right? You can see that. You got where the grass is really sticking up through the snow. Takes you out to the trees, and then you got a beautiful sky behind the trees. So that's what led me over here to the right. And then Lastly, I said, okay, we should probably focus stack this image. So we're tack sharp on the foreground, midground, and the subject in the back, the trees. So this is how you start at point A, which was 10 or 11 feet to my right, your left, that way, shooting this high, to being just 10 feet over, shooting down lower, camera angled more, and focus stacking, and still doing a 3-shot bracket. So now I've got a 3-shot bracket, focus stacked, foreground, midground, background. Put it all together in the wonderful Lightroom, and this is what you get.
Fire breath and open sky. It's not what we know, it's where we go. I grow wings and tell her goodbye. Oh, it's not what we see.
Let me know if you like it.
It's what we choose to be. Sunflowers, high grass, and bare feet. Oh, but you each second is a treat. I keep my balance next to you.
All right, everybody, it has been a beautiful sunset here in Plano, Illinois, at some old abandoned nursery with just a few trees left in the background. And yeah, hope you liked it. Hope you liked the anatomy of the image and how I got to the final image. And if you did, give me the old like, give me a thumbs up, comment, share with your friends, let them know I'm out here. And if you haven't already, please hit the old subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll be alerted as to when the next video comes up. And with that, I am Garrick, and I am your best friend in the whole wide world. We'll see you next week, folks. Have a nice week ahead. Bye-bye.
No need to dress up for me to see that you're a good man. You're a good man. A real